Hey y'all, so on the blog this week I talked about the 3 biggest gardening mistakes that you can make, and they're pretty common mistakes actually, whether it be where sunlight is involved or watering or fertilizing. So I kind of wanted to go over a little bit with y'all what I think about when I'm planting. So if you're looking at this pot right here, I have Coleus and I have the New Guinea Impatiens. So you see this is a shade annual. So I have this pot actually in a shade bed. Where it doesn't receive but very minimal sunlight, if any. And it seems to do really well there. So these were the information tags that I was talking about that you need to keep. I keep all of mine just so that I can tell what I need to do, and I can also know the next year if I want to plant the same thing. Okay, so that's what this one is. So this is a shade container. Looking at this one down here, this goes in a shady spot on the covered part of my walkway to my front door. Okay, so what we have in here is we have a ribbon fern, which is this right here, and we also have a Cretan brake fern, which is this part right here, and we also have the Mona lavender, this right here. What I love about this plant is that the underside of its leaves are so pretty. They have a really good texture, and the flower on them is also really pretty. Okay, so this pot actually I've had underneath my walkway, like I said, since last year. This never died, and neither did this fern right here. I actually just planted this ribbon fern back here just this week, just to kind of give it a little more stuff in the pot. All right, right here we have just a regular fern that I do have beside my front door. Okay, also beside my front door, I planted this pot this week. Okay, so here you have your white caladiums, and right here you have a Veronica begonia. And these right here, this is just English ivy, but it's the California English ivy. Okay, so all of this is in a really shaded spot right by my front door, and actually I have this right beside this fern. Okay, so also what I have planted, I have this right here. This is also, it's kind of in a weird spot in my front flower bed. My front flower bed gets part sun and part mostly shade in the back, but it gets a little bit. This is on the edge of where you get some sun, but not a ton. Okay, so right here, this is the flamethrower chili pepper Coleus. And like I said, it says sun to shade, so it does get a little bit of sun, mostly shade. Here, this is my part sun container. I planted this one this week. This right here has sun patiens in it. So it's sun to part shade, so these right here. I've never really done pink flowers before, but I really like the way these looked with the Coleus back here. So I got compact pink, which like I said is very new for me. Usually I'm more like a red or yellow type person. So I have those in here. I also have, like I said, these Coleuses right here. Now Coleuses usually can take sun or shade, just kind of depending on where you want to put them. This does get part shade in the afternoon. Sorry, part sun in the afternoon. So I do have that in here. I also have the Black Heart sweet potato vine. I love sweet potato vine. That's this right here. Usually I get it in a lime green, which I do have some of that in my yard, but this time I decided to go for this. I like the way this looks, this color, this purple looks with these Coleus leaves and the sun patiens here. I also got, and I put this in the back, I got this Snow Princess. It didn't look great when I got it, so I'm kind of hoping to make it come back to life. It has really pretty white flowers on it when it actually is looking great. So hopefully